Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and transgender if there is any. Now we have to understand and dissect the multidimensional aspect of Thomas Hobbes, John Locke, and Rousseau. First of all, let me germinate an idea in your mind that these are famous for social contract theory, and after we will discover that what is social contract theory, and we will at the end of this lecture you will have clear idea about this social contract theory. Remember that if you don't have any interest and knowledge and wisdom, and if you don't want to learn something new, then this lecture is not for you. Leave and do what interests you. So this lecture will need a lot of energy, a lot of focus, a lot of attention from you. So if you are not interested to learn something new, something philosophical, something good, and something amazing, then you can leave. You can have some ordinary work which can fascinate you. But if you are interested to learn, then we will discuss each and everything with a gradual, with a slow speed, and then we will be able to understand the multidimensional aspect of each and every idea. So the first point is, you can comment there, please, if you can write these things which I am telling you in comment box, then this can be beneficial for you. So I have mentioned the point number 1, that Thomas Hobbes, John Locke, and J.J. Rousseau are famous for social contract theory. Now, before understanding and going into the depth of social contract theory, let us understand something. First of all, we will discuss Thomas Hobbes. He was born in 1588. I'm a bit weak in remembering the dates, but if you can mention that, am I right? If I am wrong, then you can then you can tell me that the exact date. But I think it was 1588 to 1679. 1588 to 1679 AD. This was the duration, the lifespan of Thomas Hobbes. In this lecture, understanding each political philosopher, we have to understand the context. Before going into the details of the work of these three philosophers, Thomas Hobbes, John Locke, and J.J. Rousseau, we have to understand the context, that what was the situation during that time in which Thomas Hobbes was born. Kindly comment, if you can comment here, kindly comment, so that I can so that I can know that I am online and you are participating. So I would like all of you, if anyone is listening to me, then kindly comment. Otherwise, you can do your own things that can fascinate you. If you don't comment, then this is a wastage of time. Why you should waste your time? You can watch a movie, you can just go for a walk, you can just go for a picnic, etc. But if you are really interested, then kindly I request you to comment. So Thomas Hobbes, context. You know Thomas Hobbes, the condition and the era of Thomas Hobbes, there was fear. The Spanish, he was the Spanish and there was civil war in Spain, and there were royals and republics. Republics were ordinary people, were royals were the kings. So actually, kindly comment. I request you to comment. If you want to learn something new, then you can comment. Otherwise, you can have the work of your own interest that can fascinate you. Why should you waste your time? So I was discussing the context. Actually, the condition, the era in which Thomas Hobbes was born, there was civil war in the Spain, and the fight between and the contradiction between royals and republicans. So this was the short, and he was enlightenment, and he also put his part in the enlightenment. So now I have discussed the context, and Leviathan, for this reason he wrote his book Leviathan. Now as we have understand that the context now, for this keeping now, before understanding and having an idea about the social contract theory, let us understand and some steps we have understand. First of all, we will understand the human nature. What was the human nature according to the Thomas Hobbes? So according to Thomas Hobbes, human is nasty, he is harsh, he is cruel, and he is dirty. So before understanding the human nature, actually human nature is very cruel, and by nature human is very nasty. And due to this reason, now let me ask a question from you, that if human nature is nasty, then the state of nation, what is the state of nation? The state of nation mean the condition of the state of nature mean the origin of the condition of the condition in that time. What will be the condition? The condition will be automatically, if I ask a question from you, that if human is not, according to him, human is nasty and cruel, then what will, and if there is no such laws, so then what will be, and no state, no concept of state initially, then what will be the condition of the condition of state that time? So there will be anarchy, there will be chaos, there will be fear, there will be the lifespan will be short, and this period will be pre-political as well as pre-social. So human nature and state of nature, we have discussed this. Actually, now let me put this in your mind, that germinate an idea in your mind, that theory of social contract. Social contract theory means that the origin of state, that initially how the state, the concept of state was formed. So if human, if now ask me another question from you, that if there is chaos, there is anarchy, there is fear, and there you can not even save or protect your property, then what you will do? You will automatically just sign a contract, and then you will specify a person that you should be the protector of our things, or assembly of people. So in the same way, Rousseau, Thomas Hobbes thought that the concept of state is revolving around this, that initially when there was chaos, there was fear, there was short life, there was anarchy, the people came and uh, the, and they select assembly of men or a man in order to protect these things, in order to remove the fear, in order to remove the chaos, in order to protect their properties. They sign a contract, but this was not in written form. They just select a man. Now we have, as I have mentioned, that we have each we will cover each philosopher in three phases. First, we will discuss human nature, then we will discuss state of nature, then his philosophical political work, social contract theory, and application. So let me ask you that state the state. Now let me ask you that if the people just agree to a man that you should be the boss, you should be the king, and you should protect our assembly of people, you should protect then what will be the nature of state? The nature of state will be artificial. There will be sovereign king, there will be absolutism. Now the two people, just a people, they select assembly of people or a man. Now let me ask another, then ask me another question from you, that will this be unilateral or unilateral, or what this will be? This will be unilateral because they select a assembly of men, and this will be non-revocable, because they claim that if you select a person by your own will, then how you can revoke? You cannot. This will be not revocable. The king will be not revocable. Now we have discussed the Thomas Hobbes. Now Locke. Locke was born in 1632 and 17 round about. You can just search them and have clear your concept. I'm a bit weak in remembering the dates. So early, actually, John Locke was the friend of Ashley Cooper, who was active in politics and fragments. For this reason, he just wrote fragments on governments, and Locke written this book. And as I have discussed in the case of Thomas Hobbes, that context we will discuss enlightenment and condition. This was the period of enlightenment and conditions, and actually Thomas Hobbes, let me clear, John Locke was actually, he was in favor of enlightenment, that there should be enlightenment, and condition that time was that there was condition was not that much good. Condition was very bad that time, as he was born and Give me some time, please. That time na de khaza was lecture work koma. Zalala sha. Go. Now, sorry for the inconvenience. Okay, I was discussing things about John Locke. I have discussed the context, and he was in favor of enlightenment, and condition was that much not that much good that time, and for this reason he just gave he according to him that human is not that much good by nature, and according to him that he was also like the he was thinking same like the Thomas Hobbes. So now John Locke, the condition, I have discussed the condition. Now now theory. We will now let us discuss his theory. You know, human nature, according to him, human nature is brutal and brutal and cruel and state of nature. So if there is state of nature will be automatically the condition of state will be the condition will be automatically there will be chaos, there will be not that much good condition, but you know, they just after the Hobbes, as he mentioned the war, that there will be soon a war and these things. So after the Hobbes, the war was already ended, but the condition was a bit good as compared with the era of Thomas Hobbes. So on the basis of these assumption and this experience, he gave the idea of social contract, that initially how the state was formed. Social contract theory or social contract mean that what is the origin of the state in simple words, that how the concept of state came into being. So the concept of contract, initially when there was chaos and these things, then people came, people or community came, and then they just select people in order to protect their properties and these things. So we have discussed human nature, state of nature, social contract theory, and implications. What are the implications? The implications of this: there will be state, and this state will be artificial, and this will be popular. There will be popular sovereignty. You should know the popular sovereignty. This is a key terminology, and you can search for further details. And this state was constitutional according to John Locke. This state was constitutional and bilateral, because there were a community of people, and revocable. Now let us discuss in a very brief way things about Rousseau. According to Rousseau, and if we compare Hobbes, Locke with Rousseau, according to Rousseau, he just gave the concept of free will or general will. So according to Rousseau, human nature as noble. He gave the name noble savage. According to Rousseau, that human is born tabula rasa. Human is born with nothing, having good or bad nature. These are just there. And initially, when human is born, then he just don't differentiate between things. Human nature, I mean to say that human nature is brutal or cruel or good. As human nature, as human good or bad by nature. So according to Rousseau, that actually human is neither good or not bad. He called them noble savage. Human can be made good or bad by the experience, by the circumstances. So this was the context. Now let me discuss the context. That time the condition was also that much a bit good, but not that much good. So the human nature was human state of nature was they just real, and human want solidarity or loneliness and these things. But after some time, he just gave the concept that after some time, human was in good condition initially before the concept of state, and he was enjoying his life. But after some time, when there a man was born, that this place is mine, then automatically their confusion created that what should we do and how we can. Automatically the fear spread, and then the people think that what we should protect our areas and these things, our properties, etc. So for this reason, they said that they together and contract among them, and said that we will select specific persons, and these will represent and protect our property. So this was the concept behind the Rousseau theory, social contract theory. And you should remember that according to Rousseau, that as human, it is a big debate that as human as free will or not, or general will or not. So you can also just go through them. But for the first time, the concept of free will was used by I think maybe or that, but the originator of free will was Rousseau. And now features. What will be the feature of that state? According to Rousseau, the state was sovereign, the state was artificial, there was general will and popular will. And you should know that what is general will or popular will. And the state was liberal, and according to him, the state should be liberal and sovereign. So this was all about the Rousseau, Locke, Hobbes, and this was all about Hobbes, Locke, and Rousseau. Now, if you want to attempt a question in the examination, then how we will do it. And first of all, we will if in examination they just ask from you that compare Hobbes and Locke, then what you will do? You will introduce, and which you will discuss both about Rousseau and Hobbes and Locke, and then you can discuss about the state nature and his ideas in a paragraph span, and first you have to introduce Hobbes and Locke, and then in a paragraph form you can just according to Hobbes state and was this and there is a concept, etc. You can discuss each these things, and you should avoid box like draw a line and then compare and differences. This is a bit childish thing, and you should avoid that. You can also do that first you can introduce and then similarities of Hobbes, then similarities of Locke, and similarities and dissimilarities of Hobbes and Locke. You can also do that, but I would recommend the first method, that you should introduce Hobbes and Locke, and then in paragraph form you can write about them, both differences and similarities. So this was all about from my side, and if you have any question you can ask, and I would love to assist. Thank you very much.